Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the Everton Stadium update for the 7th of October 2023. Now, I do apologise for not getting one out last week. Unfortunately at that time I was in Spain enjoying a lovely holiday in the blistering sun. So what we're doing today is we're going to look over the whole of the site. So I did try and actually get the East Stand and Fan Plaza a little bit lower than I normally do, just so I could actually have a little look at that railway track real quick. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the cobbles that are getting placed on the wall sides. I couldn't really get myself around to shift to them. Plus, they kind of slipped down my mind, I'm going to admit to that. But as a whole, East Stand, Fan Plaza, business as usual. So you can see more facading on the southeast side. So what's probably going to happen is southeast corner is going to have to get done sooner rather than later. But on the southeast side, just to the right of the scaffolding, you can see that that area has been nicely covered up now. And more of the glass is getting put in. And one of the other points is the extension piece for the roof truss is now put into place. So all the barrel trusses are now in place. The cantilever trusses are all in place. So that piece now, all it needs is its little end caps putting in. And then that's all done and dusted. It can get started on having its cladding done. So that's one to look forward to in the next couple of months. Now, as we're going across the the south stand right now. So we're going to do it from a lower point right now. And to be fair, I'm looking at it from, and I'm going to have to compare from other videos, but looking at it from last week, there isn't too much in terms of a difference. A little bit more facade and more of the black sheets that have been put into place. But as a whole, there's not too much. I can also see on the roof there, you can actually see some of the railings and everything put into place. Obviously, health and safety, falling risks and all that lovely stuff. But you can see all that stuff into place. So there's probably going to be over the course of the next couple of weeks, maybe we're going to start seeing the beginning stages of cladding for the south stand. Now, again, I would have expected this to have been a system of where they would have done, you know, maybe north stand onto the west stand, into the south stand, then onto the east. So it was nice and continuous. But if they want to go north, south, east, west, then who am I to stop them? They're the builders, not me. But yeah, as we're looking over now on the south stands, we're going to be moving over pretty soon to the higher up view. So we're going to actually be able to see the roof down and into the stadium itself. And I've been advised as well by a couple of people that apparently there is a couple of seats in place. So I'm going to just try and keep a close eye out for them when we finally get over today. Also, just a very quick one for the west stand. We can see that the stairs are coming into place. So yay to that. That's one I've actually been looking forward to for a while. I can't wait to actually talk about that when we get over to it. But yeah, right now as we go over, I don't even think I can see it, which is a bugger. So apparently in the northwest corner, on the base, apparently there's a handful of seats that have already been put in. Now, obviously we know why they've done that. They've done that solely just for the purpose of like getting photos and everything, video and whatnot. But it's a nice little piece that they can put into place. You can probably actually see it through the ceiling. Well, say the ceiling, sorry, through the roof itself. You can actually, if you can look through, you can see a small glint of blue in the northwest corner. That could be a crane, could be something else altogether. But I'm gonna make a shot in the dark and say that could be a few of the seats. Now, granted, these seats are tiny in perspective, so I could even be wrong. I mean, to be honest, I'm chancing that it's actually the little blue speck that you can see at the top there near the very the roof itself in the northwest corner. But you know what, I need to look into that one more, so for the next video I'll be able to get like a photo or an actual video of it. But overall right now, south stand, it's nice and steady. There's not too much going on right now because main thing that needs to be done is cladding for the roof. That's pretty much it for the south stand itself. Well, that and the where the steel is coming down by the seats and everything. Well, I say the seats, the concrete terracing at the back, that needs to be cladded as well. But I'm assuming they're going to do roof then to the back wall. But as I normally say, time will tell. Sorry, if I do have a little bit of a creaky throat, it's just down to the fact that I've just gotten back for the football. Everton had played Bournemouth and we won 3-0, so yay to that one. It was a very good game. I was really happy to see it, and I actually decided to sit somewhere different for a change. I was sitting in the lower Bullens for this one, and that's an absolutely marvellous time there. But yeah, now looking onto the west stand, so the main thing that's being talked about at the moment. So the staircase is now going into place, so if you are unaware of this, the way the West Stand is going to be set up is that the... How can I put this? It's broken into two sections almost. Oh, mate. So with it, so when you go into the upper area, you're going to actually be able to take the staircase up and go into there. So I'll be honest, I'm surprised this hasn't been done for the East Stand in all honesty, with the hospitality section and everything like that. The fact that they've done it mainly for the media is a little bit of a weird one. But then again, I think the West Stand has got its own form of hospitality as well. Or has it? I'm going to have a look into that one. And again, I'll rectify this in a upcoming video. But as we look onto it, you can actually looking at this right now, it almost looks like that they are actually bleeding the cladding over into the West Stand. I'm more than likely wrong on this case, because this is more than likely just the North Stand extended pieces that's been covered, and not technically the West Stand, but hey, we never know. But yeah, going back to the stairs real quick. So how they've got it done is your underside, you can get into the bottom terraces via the underpiece, so you can actually walk into that via a split in the middle or either sides of it from the south and the north. That's how you get into there. Otherwise, you just take the staircase up and you go into the top terraces from there. Now, as we quickly go over the North Stand very quick, I'm just having a look right now. I can't see too much in terms of an update from the last video to this one. The main thing being the roof and the cladding and everything, but we'll talk about that when we get to that part. But overall on this side here, the space, the sort of cavity space for the seating terracing and everything, that's getting put into place right now. And just a very quick one, I can actually see glass getting put in onto the North Stand's wall piece, connecting the roof to the actual stadium itself. So that's very interesting. I wasn't expecting it to be glass. I was expecting it, to be honest, to be kind of like what you've got on the roof, kind of like a white mesh piece. But you know what? Who am I to complain? This is stuff that we can actually see and we can get little updates on. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one, and I'll be posting updates as we see more coming on. So as you see, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. So we're going to have a lower view and the standard view, just for the fact that we're going to have these sorts of things getting implemented. So as we now slowly move around, and one thing to note as well, looking over on the hydraulic tower right now, there's not too much being done, but from the looks of things, looks like roof's had a little bit of work done to it on the... not the pump house. Well, I don't know how you break this apart. I know one's meant to be the engine room and one's meant to be the actual hydraulic tower. I'm going to assume the engine room itself is the smaller section, and then the hydraulic tower itself is the tower. I mean, who knows? Well, pretty much everyone knows. I'm just being silly today, I'm sorry. But yeah, now looking over on the roof itself, you can actually see now there's a lot of the final cladding that spans right across. So chances are they're going to have chunk by chunk done week by week. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one for the near future. But overall, I really can't complain. It's nice to be back and getting on site. I was having a bit of a hiccup with the drone initially, and I was worried that I wasn't going to actually be able to get this video out, because the SD card in my drone itself was not playing ball at all, and it was driving me absolutely insane. I was able to actually get a format, so big thank you to CP Overview for helping me with that one. He was there around the same time that I was doing the drone footage, so he was able to actually help me on that. We were able to use his drone to actually format the SD card so that I could actually use it again. So again, thank you very much for that one, CP. Really good to meet you, mate. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the progress of the stadium, and I'm really happy with the progress Everton have been making over this past week. But in any case, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have a magnificent week. I believe it is the international break for this week, so let's have a nice break.